a second cup of coffee with WICC's Tony and Mike in the morning as another interesting guest joins the show. Here's Tony's conversation piece on WICC 600.
All right, with me here in the studio is Scott Krug, and he is with New England Low Vision and Blindness, and it's a pleasure to have you here, Scott. How you doing?
Thank you, Tony. Good to be here. Thanks for having me. It's a real treat.
Sure, absolutely. Tell the audience a little bit about your company and exactly what you do.
Sure. New England Low Vision and Blindness. We're located in Shelton, Connecticut, and what we have is technology. It's unique for people who are blind or who are visually impaired. So most people think when someone is blind that they have no sight whatsoever, but most people have limited vision, and our technology allows them to more easily access information. Printed material found in their mail, their newspapers, their work documents, anything that someone would give you in your hand to try to read and access. It's very difficult for someone to read if they have limited vision. And our technology, our lab in Shelton, Connecticut, would allow people to see this information much more easily.
Can you explain that? Can you expound on that a little bit? Because now I'm thinking, what are these, like magic glasses? Is it like laser vision? Like what happens here now?
Sure. The number one reason why people come to us usually is from a disease called macular degeneration, which is the loss of the center part of your vision. So if you have that, you're kind of forced into a handheld magnifying glass, which is very limited in the amount of magnification that it can provide to you, only about 2x or 4x. What our technology does is kind of like a supersized jumbo magnifier, which will give you not only 2x, but then it will give you 8x, 10x, 20, 30, 40, 50 times original size, 60, 70, 80, over 100 times original size magnification, which would allow someone who's visually impaired to more easily access print because it will magnify that information onto a large monitor screen. Usually a 20 or 24-inch monitor, but you can have any size monitor, even a 70-inch monitor if you'd like, to put the information on that size screen so you can more easily read things that are very difficult for you to see.
And there's nothing worse than not being able to see. I mean, I know that I suffered from cataracts, and I had that taken care of. I mean, it was like I was reborn once I had it done. But for a little while there, it was like it could be very, very scary. It really could be.
It is scary. And then, if you ask most people, the one sense you would least like to lose is vision. It comes back time and time again. And so when someone's diagnosed with a low vision condition like macular degeneration or glaucoma or diabetic retinopathy, or sometimes even cataracts, or even as a result of injury, it's very difficult if the doctor is unable to help anymore with surgery or injections to know what to do. And so we have this technology, which has been around for about 30 years, for people to come for free and to make an appointment with us and to try it out in our lab. Or if you can't come to us, we can bring even this right up to your home.
Who do you typically work with? I mean, is it, like you say, macular degeneration, but can this help people with diabetes and all of that as well?
It certainly can. And just by way of the demographics, it mostly affects people as a result of age. So typically we're seeing people in their 70s, their 80s, and 90s. We see a lot of people who are younger, obviously, as well, in college or even in grade school and youth. But mostly it's 70s, 80s, and 90s where people have had vision their entire lives and then suddenly get diagnosed with an eye disease. And so then they're left with, what do I do? And so when you find us, it really is a really nice oasis of help and support. The demonstrations last very long. We're always up against the constraints of times with life, with the doctor's appointments, even on this radio show. But what we have normally with people when they come to us is 2 hours of time to slowly evaluate the technology. And usually people come to us with no technology experience. So it's designed for people to really access very simply.
And now, correct me, but you said just a few seconds ago, this has been around for 30 years?
About 30 plus years, yeah.
What took it so long to get it to this point?
Well, you don't really need to know about it until you need to know about it. So usually it's not in your frame of your self-concept until someone tells you have macular degeneration or glaucoma, or you can no longer drive anymore, you're legally blind. It's a very scary word to hear all of a sudden. And so typically an ophthalmologist or an optometrist is trying to help you in other ways, and they don't really let you know of this technology. Not their fault, but it's just not part of everyone's normal routine and psyche. So when people find us, it's usually by a radio show like this, or through different nonprofit organizations, or their doctor will tell us, or they'll just mainly find us by searching on the internet.
Okay, we're talking with Scott Krug. He's president of New England Low Vision and Blindness, and very, very interesting stuff here. Learning a lot of things here this morning. Did you work with eye care professionals as well?
We do work with eye care professionals all the time, and so we're constantly receiving referrals from ophthalmologists, from optometrists, when they can no longer help with surgery or injections or low vision optometric care. They'll say, you know what, give these guys a call, they'll make a referral to us, and then the patient will then transition into looking at this technology. It's usually, if someone can use a handheld magnifying glass, they're not our customer, but when the handheld magnifier is no longer a help, it's too frustrating, they can't see through it anymore, then it's time to call us.
Yeah, this is a major breakthrough as far as I'm concerned, because you hear about it more and more, macular degeneration, things like that. I'm glad to see that there are these new technologies that you can go to make life a little bit easier.
Yeah, we are seeing more and more people, just as a result of people living longer, getting these eye diseases more and more. So it's really nice to get the word out.
When I talk to somebody like you, I think to myself anyway, my mind goes, what did they do back in 1885 when these things, you just had to sit there and go blind.
You do. And, that's a big part of when you receive the diagnosis, you have low vision or you're legally blind. You hear blind, total darkness, and it's not the case. And so normally if you don't have this technology, you're kind of sitting in your house with not a whole lot of activity because you can't see your mail, you can't see your newspaper, you can't write your bills, your checks out, you can't see prescription labels, you can't see expiration dates. All of these normal things that our eyes glance at day to day, even just cooking a microwave dinner, are very, very difficult and challenging. And so you're kind of left dependent upon other people all the time. And so with this technology, it allows you to restore that kind of lost independence that you're used to having.
Nothing worse than losing your independence. I think that's the one thing I think that we all fear in our lives. Scotty, we have run down of time. If people want more information, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
The best way is to either look at us at our website, which is it's newenglandlowvision.com, or we make it short, NE Lowvision, nelowvision.com, or our toll-free number, if you want to call us, is 888-211-6933. Again, it's 888-211-6933.
And when people finally do get in touch with you, what do they make an appointment to come and see you?
They do make an appointment. It is a technology lab or a technology showroom by appointment only. We want to make sure that we have all the suppliers basically in the market in one place. You have a lot of choice, but we want to make sure the technology that's right for you is there at that time. So it's often being deployed in multiple parts of all 6 New England states, but we want to make sure the people and the technology is there for what you need to have. So first you have a pretty thorough consultation with us on the phone, about 20-30 minutes, and then the time with us at our lab is probably you want to budget about almost 2 hours of time with a family member or a friend who can help you walk through the technology step by step.
What's 2 hours if it means you're going to see better? Really, that's nothing. Scotty, my first choice, my first thought, you're a genius. And second of all, I think you gave a lot of people a lot of hope that are listening to this radio station this morning.
Well, thank you very much. It's a real wonderful to be here, a real treat, and we really hope people check us out and just see it for themselves.
Very, very good. That's Scott Krug, president of New England Low Vision and Blindness. Once again, what's that website?
It's nelowvision.com. nelowvision.com.
And that phone number
is 888-211-6933, 888-211-6933.
Thank you, Scott, and good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
All right, we've got 9:58, Tony and Mike in the morning.